sending data. Here we're fine. 4000 kilobits. Okay, so now we should be streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Can I join my own stream? Yup. Hello, YouTube. Okay. So I hope that, yeah, the chat is working. Very nice. Okay, sorry for that small break. Maybe let's take it from the beginning. We're going to be working on Spirit, the open source smartphone. If you want to see more, there's a link in the description. Just click it. And now we started receiving pull requests, right? Pull requests are very nice because it's a way of contributing to someone's project. And here you can see a power system got contributed, just like we talked on Discord, right? Nima kindly contributed the power system here, and I didn't check it yet, but here, if you check out the main branch and take a look at the KiCad schematic, the power system is not implemented on the main branch yet because we didn't merge. Here, the vibration, the piano switch, and the flashlight, everything is connected. Take a look. Everything is clean. I don't know if it's 100% correct, but at least it's should be fine. So now, if I close this and go to the pull request branch, check this out. We have the power system. Very nice. A little bit hard to read because of the MOSFETs, but look, these connections broke for some reason, probably whilst fixing some conflicts in Git and so on. So yeah, that's a shame, and it's not a big problem because I could just fix it by hand and reconnect this, but as we get more and more pull requests into this project and they all start conflicting with each other, this is going to get messy really fast, right? And it's stupid to do that by hand. So I was thinking, what can I do to make this process better, like as the project maintainer? And I got an idea after lots of discussions on Reddit. Actually, I'm a little bit guilty because sometimes I ask a question on Reddit and I don't even like read all of the answers. Let's see if this stream is healthy. Yeah, sure. I guess we have like 5 seconds of delay, but not a big deal. Okay. So I decided to split the schematic into a hierarchical schematic. I don't know how to pronounce it, but hierarchical schematic, okay? And I'm not sure how to do that yet, but it's going to be much easier to manage with Git. If you take a look at our files here, our project files, we have a project file, a schematic, and a PCB file. Just 3 files. And what I plan to do is have a folder in which I would put the schematics, okay? And whenever someone wants to contribute a subsystem, like let's say someone wants to do GSM GPS, maybe that's me, maybe that's whoever, maybe that's you, then you just work on your own file without conflicting with anyone else. You make the pull request and there are no conflicts whatsoever because it's a different file, right? So yeah. Now I want to make a I want to make a new project and take a look how to do these sub-schematics in KiCad. So I'll make a new project in my home directory. Okay, so we've got this empty schematic here. So this will be the top schematic. And let's ask Perplexity. How do I add a sub-schematic in KiCad? Open your schematics and what the hell? Okay. Shortcut key S. S. Oh, nice. So now I add this, let's say. Let's say this is power. And let's name this power as well. Fine, okay. That seems easy enough and intuitive and everything. So now if I double click this, I go here. And I have this cool tree here, nice. Okay, I think there was a shortcut to go back and forth between them. So let's call this power just so we know. I'm just testing, right? Okay, this is just a test. And let me come back here and make another one. Let's call this one GPS, for example. Nice. This is really cool. Okay, so that was easy. Way easier than I thought. So if I go to my project now, here I have the backups, of course. I have the power schematic. And the GPS is not here yet, because maybe I didn't save it. Oh, I didn't give it a title. Okay. In sheet properties dialog, rename. Press E. Okay. Nope. Okay, whatever. What if I rename it here? GPS. Will this break the thing here? Okay. Okay. So I just have to be really careful. And if I'm going to be careful, there will be no problem. I'm wondering why they're visible in my file system, but not here. Maybe I will just restart it. Still not visible here. Okay, whatever. Not a big deal, I think. Okay, so let me open the real project now, and I can delete this. Yes. Okay. Okay, we have this. Okay, so working tree is clean, so I can do my changes and stuff. Just need to restart this. Okay. Hello, setback tinker. How are you doing? I'm fixing the schematic here. So just like in the simulations now, press S. And let's put the entire USB-C schematic into its own separate thing. So USB-C. And let's call it USB-C. By the way, it's the first stream with this kind of quality because now I'm at like 60 frames per second, I think. I hope you enjoy it. Also, I made a Python script to have text-to-speech, but I didn't finish it. I wanted to do it so that only people on Patreon, like paid members, can have it, or maybe have a limited amount of uses per person. And and also I wanted to add a command like !S or !TTS to trigger it, because reading out all messages would make it impossible for me to focus on whatever. Is the stream working, everyone? I love this restream. I've been writing my descriptions, but you know, you have to make some compromises sometimes. So we're lucky because all of these labels are global, so they work between schematics, and that's great because changing them all would be a little bit painful, but I think not a big deal. So if I copy this and paste it here, this should be volume, though I can't say because I'm not wearing a headset. Okay. My volume is let's go this, because I'm not emotionally like charged now, so I'm talking quietly, right? Okay. We have this. And just a sanity check. Let's see. Great volume is kind of low. Okay. I can add compression also, but I don't like compressing my voice for some reason. So now let's just make a small sanity check. Here, let's see if it created the yup, just like we wanted, USB-C file. Very nice. Is the audio better now? Okay. So I have this, and I can delete this. This is scary, but I just deleted it. This is so empty, I guess. The screen now. Okay, let's do the screen. Screen. And this should be also screen. Okay. Let's take this, put it here. Also, I have to double check this because I did it on stream. The step up is not connected yet. Because I think I decided the power system should be done first. And also, these test pads, I don't know if I need them. But let's focus. Let's focus. Right, this is exactly how I want it. Okay. Maybe, can you do it so there is something inside of here? Like, if I just Google... So there's no fancy, like... I don't know, I wanted maybe to add a symbol to it. I can just add images. That would be really nice. Maybe that's a little bit overkill, okay, but if I just take Flaticon here and I say screen, maybe screen is a bad example, but if I say GPS, okay, this is cool. And what if I put it just here? I think that's cool. I mean, it's obviously there's no use case and it makes the file heavier, but it's cool. Okay. So the next one, GSM GPS. Okay. By the way, did you watch the welding video I posted? I think Maybe the algorithm didn't like it too much. Maybe. But I liked it. I recommend it to you. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, I need to. Mm. Maybe when we have a cleaner schematic, more people would like to join the project. Okay, I need to increase this. This, like, how do you call it? The size of this. I think it was here. How do you increase schematic size in KiCad? Page settings. Let's go with a free. Okay. Okay, we're making progress. And I really like the icon, like I need to have it here. This is just best schematic ever. Mm. mm. It's in watch later. Okay, 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 okay. By the way, if you want to watch it without ads, you could use, for example, GreyJ. Or I could post it on Patreon, but for now there's almost no one because I just started. But if you want to get some free stuff, for now most of the stuff is available for free. Like 3D models, I didn't have too much time to put stuff here, but I have my 3D models, I have my NeoVim config here for free. I have this welding table model. And that's it for now. I also planned on adding like a video where I talk about my streaming setup because I think I finally brought it to like a respectable quality setup, you know. Volume is low. Okay, maybe I'll just speak more into the mic. But thank you for saying. Let's find an icon for USB-C. It'd be really nice to keep the same theme, and also Flaticon wants you to credit the people who Wendy G. Okay, let's just go icon by Wendy G from Flaticon, just to be nice, you know. I like that. That's that's really cool. I think this sky icon. I think it's important to have fun when you're doing like a big project. Maybe I'm just procrastinating and now I'm trying to validate. Yeah. But I think if the schematic looks nice and it's a pleasure to work with, more people will want to join the project and help. So, also, this is YouTube. Everything has to look nice, and this is content. Let's take this Lala Whittle or something. Mm. It's kind of stupid that you cannot copy this. Like, oh no. This other here. I think actually this should not be other. This should be just fingerprint. I think the fingerprint sensor is the easiest to connect, but the hardest to like mount physically in the design, you know. I think I want to make a 3D model of the casing soon. Oh my god, community driven open source smartphone, let's go. Yeah. Uh, I can also add a Shrek image. That's so nice of you. Please add a Shrek image. Where do you want it? Like maybe as a like there's nothing like swamp related or like I don't know. If you give me a good place to put a Shrek image, or you wrote Shirk. I don't know what's Shirk, but it's Shrek image. If you give me a good place, I can make it happen. You know. Okay, let's not get carried away. Fingerprint. By the way, do you want like a display of the keys and shortcuts I'm pressing like on the bottom of the screen here? Because I can do it, but I don't know if anyone cares. That's why I'm asking. This is the smallest schematic ever. It's just going to have these connections and that's all. Yeah, I need to stop closing the schematic. It's like a habit or something. And all of these should be the same size. or just more or less the same size. Fingerprint. This one. This is a difficult name, maybe. I'll get another one. Yeah. Milcon. Okay. Cool. This is easier than I thought, to be honest. I was thinking what to do with these pins here. Because, I don't know, I don't like having an entire category just for a thermistor, which I will probably not even use. And these two pins. This one, I think, lets the microcontroller know if, I mean the computer know if the jack is plugged in, the audio jack. And the cam is here just to enable or disable the camera, but we don't really need it because we have these switches here, which if you want, you can just disable the power from your camera for privacy and stuff, you know. The same goes for the microphone and GPS, GSM, and the battery. You can just disconnect the battery if you want. Okay, next goes probably audio. Did you know you can do this? Tab, Shift, Tab, or arrow keys, for example. Just saying. Audio. Okay. By the way, if you have any video ideas for me, you can tell me, and maybe I'll do them. Because right now I'm thinking to start a series, because I want to make a series. I never made a series. About making a CNC machine. A 3-axis CNC mill, to be precise. The one thing that's holding me back, I mean, apart from my skills, right, is the cost. Because I would really like to have something that can cut into metal, right? But that's expensive to make because you need really strong stepper motors. Like when I looked at like the NEMA motors, you would need something like a NEMA 34, which is crazy expensive. It's let me just calculate the currencies in my head. It's like $100 for one motor, and that's a lot. That's a lot. Also, I don't have a use case for that CNC machine. I just want to make it, you know. Mm, that's why I wanted to make a series out of it to get more content out of this thing. And this way I can spend more money on the project. At least that's my logic. Look how cool that is. You know? Like, first episode could be research, learning, and the next one could be 3D modeling the entire thing. I don't know. But it's hard to make it interesting. I'll admit that. It's kind of hard to make make these kind of topics interesting. However, Michael Reeves exists, and he's really good at that. Like, he can take some stuff that no one cares about, like, I don't know, fucking programming, and 10 million people watch that. So, it's possible. You just have to be a good content creator, which of course I am. Audio. Audio. I think this speaker is nice. Free pick. Boom. Let's take this. Free pick. Now this is cool. Really nice. I like that. Power. Power. Okay. Let's take. I mean, There's no point in. Because he already made a new power system. I don't know, let's not. If I made all of them, let's just get to the end. And power. The icons are the most important. Like, honestly. Now, which one should I get? These are also cool. This is cool, for example. This one, because we went with, like, all of them are like minimalistic except for this maybe. I guess this is cool. Free pick. No, either this one or this one. I think this one. What does working on Spirit smartphone mean? Is great question. I am the maintainer. Like, I came up with this project, and along with some other people, we're designing a smartphone from scratch. And if you want to read more about it, just go to this link. It's in the description. And yeah, we're just making a smartphone that's open source. And I don't think this stuff really exists. I mean, there are some projects that do that. For example, Fairphone. There are some Kickstarter projects, but I'm trying to make something that's really good, that you can use daily without like sacrificing the most important functions of a smartphone. And to provide some extra stuff, for example, more privacy, more control, easy repairability. The most like sorry. The most repairability like cool thing is that I can with this design the battery will be connected using like a double clamp. If I can find it on DigiKey maybe, or in my bookmarks. Bookmarks. Battery terminal. So these are just two like clamps which you can lift with your okay, I think they are screw driven, and they attach the wire leads from the battery. So if you want to change your battery, the plan is you just undo these two connections. No soldering, no glue, no like plugging a 9-volt battery into the thing like Apple does. Just take out your battery and put in a new one in 1 minute or something. Why the name Spirit? I don't know, just came to mind. Just I had another name for it, and we voted. Like we made a vote on the community tab on V Electronics, and I think it was 50-50 or something. Maybe I can find it. Also, I like to. Oh, this is the connector. This is an old like screenshot. I really like quizzing you. This is really funny because sometimes, like, people in the comments start like massive discussions about how much voltage should you use to power an LED, which is like a super small topic, and like a bunch of engineers just goes, it should be 2 volts. No, actually for an red LED it should be 1.8 volts. No, you're wrong, you need to take into account something. Okay, I don't know if I find it, but we voted and I think it was 50-50. So yeah, also go watch the welding video. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. Did I copy the power thing? Yeah, it's here. Okay, this isn't as nice as I thought. This is nicer, probably. Yeah. And we can copy this because it's the same author. Okay, camera. Boom. Look how fast I am. Camera, which one? This, clearly. FreePik again, coming with some incredible icons. Take this. Oops. And now I don't know what should I do with the connectors here. I don't know. This, I don't know. Should I like make an entire file for 4 switches? I don't know. Actually, these aren't switches. These are buttons. Or are they? I don't remember. I don't remember. By the way, let's have a little contest. Also, this will help the stream to get more views. leave a comment under the stream, and the most liked comment will get a shout out in the next video. Any comment you want. You can say, can be a joke, can be a suggestion, whatever you want, just try to get the most amount of likes. I think this is too small to have a separate file. I don't know. I would have to make new labels for the GPIOs here. Also, if anyone wants to take a look at these two circuits, they're quite new, and I don't know if I did them correctly. I think they're fine, but doesn't hurt to check. I need to figure out what I did with these piano switches here, because I have this and this. Okay, I mislabeled them. These aren't piano switches, these are buttons. The programmable button, volume buttons, and power button. Yeah. GPIO 23417. Maybe I can just make an entire schematic for these connectors, probably. I think let's do it. I don't know, what's your opinion? I think I'll just split this into 4 other schematics. Let's take a look at the PCB view, maybe. Just wanted to see if the rat's nest didn't fail. Oh yeah. That's not good. I don't think it's a problem, but it's annoying for sure. Okay, I'll deal with this later. Also, I can't get enough of KiCad ray tracing. It's the most beautiful thing ever. I also didn't import all of the 3D models because, I don't know, takes too much time. Not worth the effort, but maybe I can do it on the stream. Look how nice this is. Like, there's a reflection in the PCB. This is just too beautiful. And this is an open source free program. Okay, enough. About the phone chassis, aluminium. Aluminium is a good metal. It's cool because it can touch your skin without a problem. It looks nice. It's light. It's easy to machine, easier than steel. I think it has good thermals. provides heat dissipation for the CM5 chip because it heats up like crazy. Crazy. Has small radiator structures. Like, I wanted to. I don't have my phone here, but like, let's say this is a smartphone. I just wanted to. This is the back. Add some grooves to increase the surface area for better heat dissipation and design. And PCB slides or clicks. Yeah, right. Okay, so I wanted to make it so that you can just slide the PCB inside it and it just holds inside, like mechanically. No glue. This is a big like statement in this project. I don't want to use any glue if possible. I hate glue, man. Like, I hate glue, plastic, and I think that's it. I mean, who likes plastic? Like, hmm. There are no button icons like. Shame. Hmm. Click? What if I say click? Nah. By the way, I recently beat my high score on Monkey Type and I got almost 100 words per minute. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, these icons are like terrible. No, not this switch. Come on. This would be fine. This thing maybe? Or this? But this doesn't reflect the nature of the buttons. They are like one-time press. They don't have an on-off state. Try toggle button. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. What if I say box or rectangle or something like that? That looks like a button. Nah. No. Maybe this. I don't know. Let's leave it for now. If anyone finds a good icon, you can send the link in chat. I don't know. I don't have time for this. Because it's really easy to get it's really easy to get like carried away doing small details that don't even make the project go forward, right? Like, this thing has a name. It's like procrastination, but you know, like doing the low reward tasks. You know what I mean? Let's add some like labels. 2, 3, 4, 17. Now, does anyone know if I can add multiple labels like smartly? Can I add a label for this, maybe? I don't know. Hmm. How do I not mess this up? GPI 2. I think this button setup here is not smart because I'm using 4 or 3 GPIO lines, and this is a mistake. This is like terrible. For 4 buttons, right? Each button having its own GPIO line. I think I could use different value resistors to identify which button is which. You know what I mean? Like, I could, for example, add 1K here, 2K here, 3K here, and 4K here. And if the GPIO detects a resistance of, I don't know, 2K, then we know it was this button. Is this a good idea? I will write a note here. Yeah, so I'll just delete these lines and this. Okay. Now I just copy these and do this. I wonder if there's a more efficient way to do this. Also, this schematic needs to be nice because this is for YouTube. It has to be beautiful. Okay. So this entire thing will go into the buttons schematic. Take this. Did you find something? Uncertified electrician. Hello. Nice name. Uncertified electrician. Nice, nice. But then button easy interrupts don't work and multiple button presses are difficult to decode. Right, when you press 2 buttons at once. But then you can still calculate the resistance. I'm not sure. For now, I left it as it was. Like each button gets its own GPIO. Like the CM5 has a lot of GPIO, like loads of GPIO. So I don't think it's a problem. But if there ever is the need to free up some pins, you know, I can do some resistor magic. Did anyone find a button like icon? Please. You know what? I think I'm just going to take this. This is funny. I mean, it's funny for me, I don't know. Okay. Image credit to DigiKey. Nice. We have 2 left. The vibration circuit here. And for that one I need just 1 label. Okay. I have a complaint. Like, I don't know if you'll agree with me, but when I look at any kind of pinout of something that has many GPIO pins or whatever pins, it's really annoying because libraries have their own numbering. The schematic, the KiCad like symbol has its own numbering. The hardware has its own numbering. And you have to work around all of this. So like in theory it's easy, right? Let's just connect this to pin 1. But how do you know which pin is 1? Like you have to consult tables of, maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's annoying. Okay, GPIO 27 went here. And this will go here. And also, this is a mistake for sure. The schematic will look nicer this way because from what I know, it's good to make schematics from left to right and from top to bottom. So just like water. I don't know. You see, they want us to suffer. Yes. Yes. Big tech wants PCB designers to suffer. 22 and 27, and we connected both of them. Nice. So let's have another one. Vibration. Also, another benefit of splitting the schematic is that the project is less scary. You know what I mean? Because like when everything was on a single page and you looked at it, you got like 30 things coming at you at once. Like, this is wrong, this is weird, this is probably needs a revision. Now you just have nice icons that like look really cool. Yeah, just pleasure. Okay. Imagine if in the schematic you would have actual images of the parts. Wouldn't that be really cool? For imagine like for people who repair stuff. Like imagine you're repairing I don't know, a camera, and you have all of these little weird things inside and part numbers, and you have a schematic, right? What if the schematic had images inside of it? Like actual parts, like here. I think this is a brilliant idea. They also want to confuse the mobile repair technicians so that techs would just refuse to fix that type of mobile. Okay. Do you perhaps watch, what's his name? The guy from, that's pushing right to repair in the USA right now. What's his name? What's his name? He has a cat called Clinton. And a cat called Blackberry. That's crazy. I remember the names of his cats, but I don't remember his name. No, is this better or is this better? This is better for YouTube. This is better for actual electronics and engineering. So I don't know. What should I choose? Louis Rossmann. Yes. Yes, exactly. He's a really good, like, he's really cool. I really enjoy his takes and stuff. And like this project, like Spirit Smartphone, is really aligned with his thing. I'd like, when I have the first prototypes built, I'd really like to get in touch with him somehow and maybe collaborate. I mean, maybe not collaborate, but just for him to review the project, sort of. Or make him perform a repair, or make him change the battery. Like, imagine, probably he would really like that. I hope. Because he's into open source, right to repair, and so on. I think that would be really fun. Also, second thing I wanted to do was to send it to the EEV blog. Dude, what's his name? The Australian guy. He's also really cool, and he just does some unboxing of stuff that the people send to him. and he gives just free shoutouts to people, and I think he'd like this. You could ask him in his Discord server. Yeah, I could, but I want to have like a physical, at least one device, maybe two, one for me and one to send out to people. Because I feel like having something that you can hold in your hand is a much stronger, like, how would you call it? Like, it makes a much bigger impression. Flashlight. How many layers is it gonna be? I don't know yet. I think 4. Flashlight. What if I have another idea? Look at this. What if I go to here? Arducam 16 megapixel. First time hearing about the project, but what are you planning to do about carrier vo LTE device whitelists? To be honest with you, I'm just using an IoT module here that is known to be able to make phone calls, provide internet, GPS, SMS, and I'm honest with you now. I'm not an expert in like connectivity and satellites and how phone calls work. I know the basics, and I hope when I read the data sheet and look at some example implementations, I'll be able to like understand what this does and make it work. But if some carriers decide to not add me to some whitelists, then I don't know. I just have to work around it, I guess. Like I don't have a definite answer right now. But what I was trying to do now, I wanted to. I didn't know this camera was open source. Is it open hardware as well? Like. This is the camera we're going to use. Can I just take this? And I was thinking to. What if we had both an icon and this? I really don't know. I'm really like 50-50 between icons and actual parts. And Wizard Tim, if you want to contribute, you can take a look at this chip. It's the EC25 from Quectel. If you want, you can always contribute to it. You can do the connections here. Nima, hello. Time for me to revert Paul. Don't do anything yet. Just for context, Nima is the guy who made the pull request that made me decide to split the schematic. The pull request and make a new one. Yeah, just let me push this first, maybe. You could also add product ID if file size is an issue. Yeah, I could, for sure. But I'll have a parts list, so that would solve it, I think. But I think this makes it more engaging, like having images in the schematic. I don't know, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll keep this, maybe I'll delete this. Who knows? Maybe if the schematic becomes like 50 gigabytes, I'll have to delete it. Okay. This is the last one. Flashlight. No, this is easy to misspell. Flashlight. Okay. Okay. Also, I noticed this is not recommended for new designs or something. Like, this is annoying because this project takes long to do, and as you do it, like parts become obsolete, which is crazy. Okay, sure, I'll wait with doing stuff. Closing the pull request won't break anything though, and I can revert my Git commit history to the non-broken. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And you can just copy your new, you can just copy the thing you did in the power system into here, into the power schematic. And it should be fine. EC25 might work for VoLTE depending on region and carrier, but some carriers might not allow it to register for IMS. That's a pain. I need to research this. I don't want to talk too much because I did not research this too much. Do I have any plans for the OS? That's a common question, and it's a very good question. There have been suggestions to consider these, basically. I don't know which one will work the best. Also, there is an option to go hard mode and just take a bare bones Debian system and install the packages you need and work from a raw Debian system, for example, which I'm sure would be a nice learning experience and a big achievement, but also really hard. So I don't know yet. Like the computer is the Arduino, I mean Raspberry Pi Compute Module 5, which is basically like a Raspberry Pi 5, so it can run anything you want, excluding macOS. Okay, I think I'm finished here. I don't know what should I do with the other section. This. I think I'll ignore it. Okay, I think this is a big improvement. I'm happy I did that. Imagine if this would align with this. I mean, let's not exaggerate, but if this would be the same layout as this, it would be crazy. Probably best to make multiple OS usable. Yeah, I was already planning to port PMOS to this as I have quite good experience with Linux kernel stuff, and I was thinking of Gentoo too. I love Gentoo. I mean, this is not a commercial product, right? So for now at least, you cannot buy it. You just have to build it yourself. Maybe you'll just have the ability to buy the motherboard or something. I don't know. We'll see. But anyone can build this, right? You can order your own stuff. Everything's available. And the OS you want to install is your choice, basically. My plan was to give a suggestion, like a default option. And the user can install whatever they want. No restrictions. Even this. Even this. Yeah. But if it would become a product that you can buy somehow, I would probably pre-install one of these operating systems and just let the user know that they can change it if they want. Or imagine if you just go to a website, okay, imagine, and you want to buy the phone, you have options you select. That would be cool. Like you can choose your operating system before you order the device. I think that's sick. Yeah, I meant like to. Someone's gonna port Red Star to this eventually. Yeah, I meant like to have multiple ports of these OS ported so that the user has options to choose from and can install it pretty simple. Yes, something like that. Okay, so I think I'm ready to push. This isn't needed, I think. It's the same, so I just have it here because these are common symbols and sometimes maybe someone wants to copy. My wrist starts to hurt because I'm standing and I have my hand like at an angle on my mouse. Maybe I need to like have my mouse somewhere here. Okay, let's do the git thing. I'll push this through NeoVim because I'm crazy like that. Okay. Stage. Everything. Okay. Split schematic into hierarchical. Into multiple files. If I press enter now, it's going to happen. Okay. Nice. I actually did something productive on stream. This is huge. This is huge. So now if I go here, we have a new comet. Nice. Nice. So now anyone who wants to contribute, for example Nima, you can just work on your own file and like there will be no conflicts. I'm happy. I'm really happy now. Yay. So maybe now I can do something fun. You know how on Linux you have like cool programs, like this is for example a client for Spotify, and it's really cool. It has NeoVim key bindings and it does like basically everything what Spotify does, but the color theme doesn't match my system, so let's change that. Okay. Okay, I don't know if I care now. To be honest. You know what? I don't know. I changed my mind. I don't care. What's my window manager? It's BSPWM. This. By the way, everyone who's watching, could you just go to the Spirit repository and could you just give it a star? Would be really nice of you. Just support the cause, you know. And also, I just started posting on Patreon and most of the stuff is free. For example, these 3D models. If you want to join and see my advanced NeoVim config, for example, with Git integration, Arduino setup, and you know, markdown rendering and stuff, that's what I consider advanced, at least. You can download it for free here. Just have to become a free member. And maybe with time I'll post more content. Okay, so we've got this taken care of. What should I do now? I had a list of things to do on this stream. Oops, I closed the chat. Look at PR. That's too difficult. I could research the CNC machine, or I could go eat because I'm hungry. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to end this live stream. Maybe you have some questions for me or something, or suggestions, or I don't know. And leave a comment, like the stream, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to get notified, and join our Discord. Our Discord is really fun. We talk about building a smartphone and random stuff. Link in the description. And, if there are no questions, then bye bye. See you in the next one. By the way, that EC25 V module is for Verizon USA. You want one of the E variants for Europe. True. That's true. That I know there are multiple variants. I think I have this one. Are the connections the same between these modules? Like for USA and Europe? Maybe we need to build our own like satellite. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to bore you now. One last thing. I think. December 31 was the first. No. I want to see the first, like, comet. It was on August 6th, so in a couple of weeks, it's going to be like the first birthday of this repository. It depends. There are a couple different EU variants too. Okay, that's super annoying. And maybe I'll leave a note here so I don't forget. Okay. Wizard Tim, if you want to contribute, that would be really nice, just saying. No pressure though. Okay, so that's it for today. I think we made some nice progress. I had fun. Way more fun if I just did it by myself. And yeah. See you.